Likutei Halachos Nefilas Apaim Halacha Daled, we hold them as if to Zayin. As the Yom Kisais Rosh Bnei Yisrael Ifkudehem. Should you want to elevate the head of Bnei Yisrael, to their numbers, in other words, when you want to count Am Yisrael, you have to be extraordinarily on guard. The Sita de Moise Chas v'Chalila will not exert control over it, Chas v'Chalila. Kmo shekosov v'lo yeh negev bifkodo yisrael, and you wouldn't let a disease, a plague, strike them, Chas v'Chalila, stumble when you count them. Ki hamagefo b'chinas misa shaletes, because the plague, the trap, the downfall is dominating, chas v'shalom, through the inyan of the minyan. We explained that the minyan is that the number, the multiplicity is the shorish adinim, because if everything is one, there's no limit. In order for there to be two, the one has to end and the second has to start. So that end of the first one and the beginning of the second one, its limitation, that's Pchinas Misa. Ki ikar achiza sitra acha, sitra de moiso, is from the number, from multiplicity. Because sitra acha is bikshu cheshbonos rabbin. You have multiple choice tests, it's like, this is when it starts getting confusing. If everything is one, everything is clear, you go with it and that's it. זה ידוע שהשם יסבורך למעלה מהמניין והמספר בבחינס לפני אחד מה תעשה בקדוש ברוך הוא is beyond number. As the Kabbalim say, that we say that Kadosh Baruch Hu is Echad, Kadosh Baruch Hu is one, is because there is no number to use before you say one. The human mind cannot understand such unity, such singularity. If a Kodesh Baruch Hu, the only thing you can say zero, you can say is Ein. But basically, when you're saying Ein, you're saying I don't know what there is. When you're saying Ein Sof, you said a Sof it doesn't have. But what does it have? We don't have a language for it. We don't have a word for it. We don't have a terminology for it. The human capacity cannot. This Pchinas Echad of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the singularity of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is Pchinas Mati velo Mati. It's the inyan of Yichud Hashem is to enter that state of Mati velo Mati, to be Masi Kadosh Baruch Hu is Echad, but it's not an Echad of one. It's beyond one. Before one, what do you count? Because the main counting multiplicity, it all begins after creation. There's colors, there's details, there's different. This is where counting is shayach. Only there the Shaykh Minyan, which is in the place of multiplicity. And this is it is totally beyond human comprehension. How the Riboy, how the multiplicity, which is the number, which is the Minyan, it comes from the source of unity, from singularity. When it's total one, when it's beyond total one, that you have to say it's a nothing, you have to say it's a one. How do you get the multiple? That is the quandrum, that all the physicists, grapple with. Big Bang, beautiful. You can come up with belly full of explanations and theories what happened afterwards. But how did it come out of what? How the multiplicity came out of Echad HaPasha, this is totally beyond human comprehension. And there's no way to get this in the Das Ki Be'emunah Levad, except through faith alone. This is the great tzaddikim mamshich to us. These are the tzaddikim, they are zoiche to the asaga of these 9 faculties of wisdom, which are totally opaque, totally beyond asaga. And this is oires tzachtzachos. And I mentioned to Reb Simcha yesterday about this Indian, or that this oires tzachtzachos and mati velo mati is shaykh in every person. And he says, it's a poshet thing. It's a poshet thing. Everything that is written in Likutei is shaykh by every single person. Each one according to his madrega, each one according to his own limitations. He says you can only get it to tzaddikim because these tzaddikim, they are zoiche to this asaga, and they combine and umiyachdim klagis abriya shubchinas mir memispo shubivchinas achar abriya. The tzaddikim, with their awareness, they combine the entire world which is after bria. They unify it with before the bria in the very root of singularity. Because they get the asagas elokus and the singularity of Kodesh Baruch Hu b'fchinas mati velo mati. You know, you get it and you don't get it. As we said many times, the world is an idea. It's a spiritual idea that has physical aspects. Shtalshelus. Hakol moedim, even those that still don't understand what it is they don't understand, they are moeded that mass is created by energy. Mass is basically ice cubes of energy that was frozen in trays called quarks, which according to them happens to be a pleasant happenstance in the laws of physics. There is such packets that contain energy and freeze it, quote unquote, into mass. So we have mass, we have buildings, we have people, we have animals. It's a happy coincidence. Dummy, what do you mean happy coincidence? The whole thing is full of knowledge. The most complex knowledge possible. You don't understand that knowledge created energy, which then created mass. The only thing that can precede what you call the Big Bang is knowledge, is wisdom. There's nothing else. And you see the Bria is full with wisdom. In fact, without getting too deeply into this particular Indian, the entire Bria exists in the mind. The entire Bria exists in the mind. Even quantum physics is based on that. You know, it depends on awareness. It's the awareness of the tzaddik. That's what Rabbeinu says in Sipur Maisis, Maisis of 7 Betlers, that the day, the Mayan and the heart of the world, they get their time, one day at a time, from the tzaddik, and the tzaddik gets the raw material with which to make the time from all the chasadim that are performed in the world the day before. They are all being collected, or what they call the emet and ish chesed, the true ish chesed, who collects all the chasadim. With this they create one more day for the Lev and the Mayan to exist. The dvarim nifloim. In quantum physics they say, that there's a question whether, thank you, boss, whether the world, whether light is a wave or a particle. Is a one thing, electron is one thing that is moving from point A to point B, or whether it is a deformation in space, like you drop a stone in a pool, and it, so is it this or is it that? So they actually made a test, and they found out that they took two holes, and they on the width of electron beam, because it zigzags. And they shot a single electron. And they put a photosensitive material behind it. When they shot the electron, at just like that, it went through one of the slits, which means it's a particle, because otherwise it would have gone through both of them. Sorry, it went through both of them. When you shot it, it's a both of them, which means it's a wave. But when you put a sensor by one of the slits, it went only through that one, which means it's a particle. So they say, is it a particle, is it a wave? It depends. If you watch it, it's a particle. If you don't watch it, it's a beam. It's a wave. There comes the famous question, if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody to listen to it, it doesn't make a sound. Well, the answer, no. The answer, it does not make a sound, because there's no such thing as sound. B'chlal. It's just airwaves. Sound is the effect of airwaves on the eardrum, which interpreted as sound. In other words, the sound depends on the awareness, and the olam, this entire world, the mem tzomech chai medabel, is predicated all the time on the das, on the awareness of the tzaddik emes, constantly. Just you should have a little bit of a taste of the gdula of the tzaddik emes. I mean, Baruch Hashem, we're zeichet to have met Rabbi Zabella. That you can't possibly understand him, somebody like him, as a normal human being. It's not shayach b'chlal. Whether you understand, you don't understand. It's not. It's like, and Rabbi Zabella, and even Rabbi Nosson is a feather on the kaftan of Rabbeinu. But we all fly off. Shem Zakas will continue to learn